what are we going to be doing here today?
All right, so hello Internet, Ed from iridiumsolutions.ca. What we're going to do today, I had expected that this weekend I'd be down in Camden, Tennessee at the Self Reliance Festival, hosted by SOE Tactical Gear, my friend John Willis. And part of what I was going to be doing down there was demonstrating the challenges in using gas masks. There's this sort of prevailing theory that, hey, if we have a gas mask and a good, CBRN filter, man, if bad things happen, we just put that on, we're good to go. It's not the case, and they're very challenging to operate in. And so my goal at that demonstration was to show that. I was going to do it on other people, but since I'm here and you're all there, so I'm going to have to just do it on myself. You're going to have to see me do things that I know how to do that are still going to be challenging for me. So we're going to set up a little scenario. Watch to the end, you're really going to enjoy this. This is scenario-based training. If any of you have already noticed the sort of ragtag clothes that I'm wearing, if you do scenario-based medical training, you already know what this whole deal is. And if you don't, you're in for a surprise. So let me set up the scenario, okay? You're a survivalist or prepper. You're somebody who's decided to get out of the urban civilization. Things are going poorly. And you've found a plot of land out of town. It's in an old light industrial park. Okay, this was an old pipe yard. The soil's definitely not good. You're not going to be able to plant anything, but you figure you can do some raised beds, maybe put a little solar, a little wind in, tiny home, maybe build up, scale up from there. The price was right, so that's why you took it. You're doing your initial survey today, okay? And what you're doing is you're walking and looking around, just seeing where you're going to build things. This pile of tires is here. As you approach it, you hear a hissing sound. That's kind of weird. I'm going to look in here, right? Curiosity killed the cat, but we still are curious. I don't see anything. You don't see anything, but it sounds like it's coming from under there. So what we're going to go ahead and do is just check it out, like this. You're just going to see if there's anything underneath this tire. Go. Okay, there's a threat, and I got a major bleed. This is care under fire. That means tourniquet and move. Tourniquet's got to be as tight as possible before you start spinning the windlass. They don't work. And you twist it until the bleeding stops. Okay. Now whatever that is making my eyes water, I can't see. So I know it's contaminating me. I need to get off the X. Next thing to do, I gotta get this contamination off of me. It sucks, but water is extremely effective at deconning in the field against most CBRN agents and toxic industrial chemicals. I can see, but I still can't breathe. The mask up. This isn't put together. Still can't breathe. That's a problem. Pre-staging your gear is necessary. Nope. Partial seal. This is hard to do if you can't see what you're doing. Okay, so I can breathe and I can see. I need to reassess the tourniquet. Yeah, it can go tighter. Locked in there.
No, I need to contact for help. So I gotta make a 911 call. I'm gonna get off the area where I decon, because that's got the contaminant on it. To get on the ground. Device, call 911 hands free. Once I've got that, this thing is on. 911's connected, 911. I'm at 4567 Smith Road in the old industrial site. I'm exposed to a gas leak. I've got a laceration to my thigh. I've applied a tourniquet, stop the bleeding. But I think I'm contaminated. I need fire and rescue with a decon team. That's not going to turn off until they get here. You can keep working. Whenever there's massive bleeding, there's hypothermia. So I need to get myself off the ground to start managing my symptoms. This is a fully contained kit with everything still wrapped inside it, which means it's going to be harder for me to do anything. First things first, protect myself. Go, gloves on. Next thing I gotta do, get rid of this clothing. I can't cut this way, but I gotta find the wound. Cut all the clothes away. Everything below the tourniquet. The tourniquet's on, we're not taking it off. This is always easier to do to somebody else than it is to do to ourselves. We've got our wound. Oh, gotta get that. Oh. All right, so the bleeding stopped. We got EMS on the way. We're off the contaminated site. We're starting to stay warm to control hypothermia. We have time to address this wound, but first, we have to make sure we're not wounded somewhere else. We have to do a blood sweep on our body. This hand's already got blood on it. This doesn't. Doesn't matter. Look for fresh blood. Wipe this off. Blood sweep. Blood sweep. Blood sweep. Blood sweep. You can only do so much to yourself. That's it. We're just dealing with this. All right. And my gear is still wrapped up. My hands are wet, soaked with blood. This sucks, but it's what we got to do. First things first, if we can clean the wound, we will. A little bit of saline. Good to go. That's our wound. Obviously for wound packing, I'm using a simulator. We're going to use plain Kerlix gauze. When I get this, I'm going to pull it from the inside of the wrap so that I can feed it into the wound. I'm going to take my gauze plug. I'm going to stuff it as deep down as I can. I need to find the vein, the artery that's broken. I need to push down on it, okay? It should feel like a squirt gun against your finger. Then I'm going to keep feeding gauze in until this wound is fully packed. My intent here is to create pressure. Hey 911, what's my ETA? Keep talking to them. Keep letting them know that you're alive. You're expecting them. But focus on the things you have to do to stay alive. Once this wound is fully packed, I can put pressure on it. I have to hold this for 3 to 8 minutes. Means I gotta be in a good spot first. I'm probably gonna unwrap this first. This is a regular ACE bandage. Nothing fancy. We're just gonna pretend this is the wound. We'll strap this to us. When I wrap the ACE bandage around my leg, I want to cover all of the bandage, all of the gauze, and if we get to a point where the little stupid alligator clips are gone, we're going to make do. Understand that when the paramedics and the firefighters get here, they're cutting all this off anyways. We're just trying to keep it clean and uncontaminated. until they get here. Okay, so we've managed this. We're gonna recheck our tourniquet, reassess. It's still good. We've put our bandage on. We're gonna hold pressure. While we're holding pressure, next thing we gotta do, we're gonna continue to worry about hypothermia. Okay, even on a sunny day like this, if you've lost blood, you're hypothermic. You've gotta deal with it. So I'm gonna do the things that I can do to increase my chances of survivability. This shiny blanket also helps EMS find me when they come. Everything here is more difficult when you have to breathe through a gas mask. If your gas mask isn't put together before you start, it's more difficult and takes more time. And if you haven't shaved before you put your gas mask on, it doesn't work. Okay, this is trauma medicine going through the Marsh algorithm, using a gas mask, dealing with possible contaminants. I hope you enjoyed this demo. And man, I wish I was down there with you guys right now. So remember, whatever you're doing, keep doing the things, get out, get training, and keep getting after it.